I think that was intermingling of factors, some of my decisions, some of Charlotte's decisions,
So the family have asked you not to appeal. They say that that will just prolong their suffering or make it worse for them. They want basically this whole thing to be over. Do you understand why they say that? Do you think you should be appealing?
I understand why they say that, but I think it's important that, if there has been a miscarriage of justice, it's a matter of law. For example, Charlotte's family appealed the CPS decision not to prosecute me after 9 months. The decision was made that there was no crime in this case, and they appealed that decision. And now I'm appealing this one.
Do you think you've got a chance?
I believe so. I'm not a lawyer, but and I believe it's a matter of law. But the advice I've received is yes.
Jack, when you see Charlotte's family in court, what will be going through your mind?
Regret that I did not speak to them sooner. I think that's, aside from taking a vote out that night, I think that's my second biggest mistake. I was following legal advice, but I wish I'd followed my heart, and spoken to them. I think that things would be very different if they had understood what happened, if I'd have sat down with them. I wish I'd done that.
Do you feel responsible for what happened?
In part, yes. Of course. Not to the degree of manslaughter, but yes, of course.
Do you feel any relief going back?
Yes, it's, I have to face, the situation, and yes.
And have you been preparing for your life in prison? Preparing yourself at all for life in prison?
Somewhat. I think that I feel less fear now than I did, and I'm still ready to face it now. I do still feel fear, but I've had some time to come to terms with that.
There've been some. You said in court in Georgia that you're worried for your safety. That there've been some threats. So you're concerned that you.
Yes, so I think so I've personally received threats. There've been threats to my family. Even my lawyer. Who I believe is still, to this day, his office and home are under police protection. There's I think a reflection of some of the media's misreporting of certain things. There's a degree of animosity towards me, which I think is, misplaced. There really have been some complete untruths. In particular, this idea that I, let her drown, that I did nothing to help her. This could not be further from the truth. And there are witness statements in black and white, written witness statements, which explain that, when the rescuers came, I shouted, leave me, I'm fine in the water, look for her. The moment I heard a response from the shore, I was shouting, help please, and then the moment I heard someone on the shore, I directed them to where I thought she was, to where I thought she would be. This was my first and only concern, and what, some newspapers have printed to the contrary is upsetting and untrue.
But you must understand that by fleeing, by running, you kind of didn't help your case very much.
Sorry, I didn't hear your question.
By going on the run, you didn't help your case. If this is what you wanted to explain in court, it would have been a lot easier if you'd have done it last summer.
I see that now, of course. But I wasn't thinking at the time. I was acting on emotion and fear, and I made a mistake.
Jack, why did you decide to hand yourself in?
Amends. I think for now, please, that's enough. Maybe later we can talk more.